Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.
Yes, my peoples, big up yourself, big up the whole Metric community. Smash the likes if you're inside. Appreciate all of you lot as always. So make sure you smash the likes. We're going to be with all the Manchester United news. The update, you know, I give it now and I give it at the end of the day. It's like a 10-minute one. So even if you missed this show and you want to just get all the info of the whole day, you could just go straight to the live, the video that I do at the end of the day around 9 p.m. So yeah, big up everyone, man. Let's get straight into it as we do. We've got some news about Semenyo, Stiller, Amorim's press conference as well, and a few other things to talk about. We're going to get into it and we'll see. So let's see what's going on and we'll get straight into it as we do. Let me share my screen now. So we've got this now. This is from Anderson last night. Obviously, if you saw the 10-minute update that I do, you would have seen this in there. But basically, we're monitoring Elliot Anderson as we see every single day. And United see him as a potential replacement for Casemiro, but could face competition from clubs. What's his name? Craig Hope, who is a Newcastle fan. Look at that. He came out with that and he said, listen, mate, my instinct is that one of, if not both, the Manchester clubs will make a serious play for him. Don't be surprised to see interest from Spain either. And he basically said, listen, Newcastle fans don't want to hear this, but there's no way he's coming back to Newcastle. I don't think Newcastle can afford him. They sold him to Forest for 15 million. I thought it was 30 million, but it was actually 15 million. That is crazy. A baller like that went for 15 million because of PSR, which is mental. So Forest are always going to turn around and flip that money regardless. So we'll see what happens. But he says both for the Manchester clubs will make a serious play from him. I can't see Man City going for any DMs. I know Rodri's time's coming up soon, etc. But they just gave him a new contract. That Nico Gonzalez is starting to shine. So I don't know. I don't know if they go for a DM. There was talks about Baleba, maybe us rivaling Man City for Baleba, even though we had reports yesterday that Baleba will only come to Manchester United if he had to pick. So that was the Elliot Anderson stuff that I can cover. I don't think there's anything that's come out today, but if there is, I will show you. We had this about Semenyo, etc. But let's start from today onwards. So this is the, look at that. We had this last night from Ben Jacobs, and he basically came out and said, Man United are prepared to make mid-season additions. United are more conscious than Liverpool of their PSR position. But that is not to say January additions are ruled out. United will have it to decide whether Brian Mbeumo's arrival makes them less inclined to bid for Semenyo. The former will leave for AFCON, as will Amad Diallo, potentially convincing United to bring in another winger should the right target present itself. So he said that, and then he said other things. This is Anchorman. He said this about, on the Talk of the Devils podcast, he said this about Semenyo himself. And he basically said the 65 million release clause only works for 10 days of the January window. If anybody wants to activate it, Semenyo moves. The money is done quickly, and that gives Bournemouth the rest of the window to get it done. Apparently, there's a similar apparatus for the summer window as well. There's some apparatus where the fee can be lowered as well. Man United did have a look at him in the summer, but Bournemouth quoted a fee of around 70 million. United said no and moved on to next target on their list, which was Brian Mbeumo. Not a bad plan B. So if he was the only option, obviously we went for Semenyo first, and then we went for Mbeumo. Bro, I'm happy we went for Mbeumo. I'd rather Mbeumo than Semenyo. Semenyo's having a good season. Don't get twisted. But this is his first season. He's lighting it up. Last season, he was good. He never went mad like that, though. The way his numbers are now, his goals and assists, and the way he's seeing so clinical, he wasn't like that last season. So I would rather Mbeumo all day. And then we start from today now. This is the blow, guys. This is David Ornstein. And that's why I got to name it and say it's a blow, because David Ornstein don't miss. You know what I mean? If it was anyone else coming out and saying this, I wouldn't have even named it that. I would have said, Semenyo news or whatever, update. But blow, because it's Ornstein. Ornstein is the best. If someone's going to sit here now and tell us Ornstein's a fraud I don't know what you're drinking. I don't know what you're smoking, bro. For the time being, from the many conversations that I've had, those three teams, Liverpool, Manchester City, and Tottenham, seem to be the ones genuinely in the frame. So he doesn't mention Manchester United at all in it being in the frame. And then he goes back to talk about Manchester United. And he says Manchester United were there in the summer, but they went with the Brian and Bumo signing. Is this a position they're looking for? Is this a player they're still in for? I'm not aware of that at this point. Of course, finances would play a key role, of course. And then he goes on to say the industry is telling us that if there's to be a move, it's more like the Liverpool, Man City, or Tottenham direction. So I don't know what happens with this, man. When you look at it, like, you've got Liverpool that need a left winger. They've only got Gakpo. I know they got Chiesa. Who else have they got that can play there? They've got a few players that can play there, but their main two is Chiesa, who they don't really rate. Gakpo, Semenyo. He's a man that can press. He's a skillful. He's basically like a Luis Diaz to them. So he fits that right now. Plays Champions League for the first time in his life, etc. Arsenal have got too much wingers. They've got Martinelli and Trossard that they've got to sell one of them. Now they've got Madueke. Eze plays on the left as well. It's crazy. Man City, they've got Savino, Doku. Who else plays on the wing for them? Cherki can play on the wing. Who else have they got? They got Oscar Bob. Bernardo plays on the wing sometimes. So they've got options as well. But you know, Man City do what Man City do, and they'll go out there and just get their players. Mamouche plays on the wing as well. So is he going to go there and not be 100% guaranteed to start? Who knows? Tottenham seems like he starts straight away. There's no two ways about it. You start every game. Tottenham, you got Kudus on one side, Semenyo on the other side, two Ghanaians. They know each other as well. So it could be an easier deal where, yo, just call your mate, please, your Ghanaian mate, Kudus, and then go out there and get him. Do you understand? That's who we want. So it could happen. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because remember, Semenyo loves to play on the left wing. He doesn't really like the right wing. He's a left wing. That's his position he's shining in. Obviously, he can play with both feet, etc., but he more plays off the left. So you got to look at that and think, where's he going to want to go to play in his favourite position? Man United's not in there, bro. I know it's been said that we're looking at a 10/winger. Fabrizio Romano came out and said it. We're looking at a 10/winger, but I don't think it's going to be Semenyo. And I said this, if we're going to go out there and get a wing back, there's no way it's going to be 65 million that we're going to go pay on someone like Semenyo as a wing back. And even when you look at the report that Simon Stone said yesterday, he said, listen, Man United are not going to go out there and buy a 10/winger right this second because they've got way too much. They've got Kobe Mainoo that can play there. They've got Bruno Fernandes that can play there. They've got Mason Mount that can play there. They've got Cunha that can play there. They've got Brian and Bumo. They've got Ahmad. That's 6 players. Xerxes could play there as well. That makes it 7. So we've got a lot of players that can play in that 10/winger role. So unless you're kind of trying to do wing back, I can't see it happening. And this has come from the GOAT, David Ornstein. So, mate, I don't know, man. It seems like it's a blow. It seems like it's a myth. Liverpool's been said that they're the favourites. Fabrizio put it up the other day, and he said that Liverpool are the favourites. He said that, what did he say? He said, look out for Liverpool. It's exactly what he said. He said, keep an eye out on Liverpool. This is Fabrizio Romano. So it's crazy, man. Look at this. This is some next news now. Liverpool have held positive talks with Bournemouth over a proposed move to Anfield. I don't know how true that is, but you got to remember something as well, peoples. The Richard Hughes, who is the sporting director for Liverpool, came from Bournemouth. So he's plugged in over there. When they do loans, it's easy to just get a man from Bournemouth. Kirkes, that was an easy deal. Come true. Richard Hughes came from Bournemouth. So they're already plugged in Liverpool with that. Richard Hughes knows everyone there. He knows who to talk to. So if they want to get someone from over there, it's not hard. So Fabrizio Romano came out the other day and said, look out for Liverpool. He never said Man United. He never said Arsenal. He just said, look out for Liverpool, etc. Let me show you that. There it is. Look at this. Look, 21 hours ago, peoples. He's put it on his YouTube as well for those that ain't seen. He's gone out there and said the release clause to get Anton Semenyo in January is worth 60 million. Fixed fee plus 5 million add-ons. Bournemouth would love to keep him until June when clause drops. for around 50 million, but not their decision. Liverpool are seriously interested. Look at that. That's Fabrizio Romano. Ornstein said Liverpool as well. Richard Hughes is there. He came from Bournemouth to Liverpool. It all makes sense. They need a left winger. They got Gakpo. Gakpo's not really that guy. He might be the second in command. Let's be real. I reckon he goes to Liverpool, man. They're struggling at the moment. They need something different. And they really got, apart from Salah on one wing that's taking someone on, Gakpo cuts in. He don't really take man on. And you got to remember, if they go and get Semenyo, what happens then? They get back that same Kerkez and Semenyo link up. Kerkez and Semenyo know how to play together. They played together at Bournemouth and they were ripping it up where they both got looking at getting a move. Do you understand? So you get Semenyo and Kerkez back together and they play together and do that same thing they were doing because Gakpo always cuts in. So he cuts in and tries to shoot or cross, whatever. Kerkez don't understand him. We're playing two different games. So if Kerkez starts playing with Semenyo, it's 1-2-3 for them. And Semenyo's a hard worker, especially in defense. So it's not looking good for us, man. That Semenyo talk, obviously we cover everything and we've been covering this Semenyo stuff. And there's been a lot of talk, especially in the last 48 hours about Manchester United being involved with Semenyo. But I don't think it's going to happen. I feel like it's done. It's a myth. Ornstein's come out and spoken. When Ornstein comes out and speaks, you know it's a myth. So let's get into the rest of the news. Keep these comments coming. I'll come back to it and then we'll get into it. But so that's Ornstein saying what he's saying about Semenyo. Then we've got the boy Stiller. And this has come out from a Spain news. Look at this. A Madrid 137K followers. It's like a Madrid type of news. I don't know. Maybe they're just boosting themselves up. Who knows? I don't know. It's like a Spanish thing, and it's came out. What's this about Kobe Mainoo? I don't know about this. Very close to announcing his departure from Man United. Okay. But yeah, anyway, so boom. So Angelo Stiller would prefer to join Real Madrid over a move to Manchester United. I think that goes without saying, to be honest with you. I think anyone could write that. I could write that. You could write that. The bin man could write that. Anyone could write that. Like Angelo Stiller, who every player would prefer to join Madrid over any team. Let's forget Manchester United at this time. Any team is not matching Real Madrid. No, it's not happening. Everyone knows that's one of the pinnacle clubs. We had Cristiano Ronaldo balling, Ballon d'Or and all these things, going crazy. Real Madrid came, we just accepted it. Yeah, no problem. 80 million, thank you. He's got to go. Like, it's Real Madrid. No one sat there. No one booed him. No one said, don't ever come back to my club. No one cared. We done that. We saw what he was on. We saw what he's worth. He's going Madrid. You got to respect it. Go. Gareth Bale, Madrid, Tottenham fans. Yeah, you know what it is. Modric, you just know. Real Madrid is that team. So it goes without saying. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's like a message being sent out. Come for me. Do you understand? So I don't know. If that's basically saying, listen, I'm hearing all this talk about Manchester United. There's all these talks, all these rumors. But listen, I want Madrid. So he's putting that out there himself to let it be known because Real Madrid have been linked with him. But they've been linked with Wharton as well. They've been linked with a lot of sixes, Real Madrid. They've got Tchouaméni. They've got Camavinga. It seems like they want someone else that can play with the ball as well. Because remember, right this second, they're playing Arda Güler as like a 6/8. He's the guy that's getting the ball, Frankie de Jong style, and trying to travel with it. So maybe Angelo Stiller would prefer to join Real Madrid over a move to Man United. Is this any news that we can sit and say, oh my God? No. That's why I've just put Stiller's preference revealed. I haven't put Stiller blow because it's not a blow. You understand? We still might be in for a race for him. The last thing we saw about Stiller, apart from this, was that Jason Wilcox and Christopher Vavell really like him. So the last thing that's come from Man United was from Ben Jacobs yesterday. You can see the date at the bottom, the 20th of November. On par with Baleba, Angelo Stiller is also extremely high in Manchester United's thinking, as well as is backed and liked by both Jason Wilcox and Christopher Vavell. So both of them like him. That's both of our recruitment directors, etc. So I don't know. I'm not saying it's a blow. I think that news just goes without saying, really. It just goes without saying. Everyone will pick Real Madrid over anyone. But the last that came out about us was yesterday, and we like him. So we'll see. So that's Angelo Stiller out the way. We'll get into the rest of the news. Keep the comments coming. I see them coming true. We've got these young gems. So we got Man United scouts are closely following Seydou Dembele and Michael Noonan during the under-17 World Cup. So you know what's crazy? Frenzy came out and spoke about this geezer, Seydou Dembele. This is why I tell you about certain accounts, man. It's not about always the big journalists. Some certain accounts, they get things right straight away. Like I told you about Sully. Now let me show you a lot about Frenzy. Frenzy, he gets certain things right. Look at this. Look at what he said about the shoot. Look at that. Didn't take long. He said this yesterday, 1 day ago. Keith Smith reports are accurate. Nathan Decat and Anderlecht has also been mentioned, but neither are priorities. Scouts will present at the under-17s World Cup with a keen eye on Mali's Seydou Dembele. Remember, Mali is the same club where Sekou Kone is from as well. So there you go. Seydou Dembele. He said this yesterday. Imagine that. And he's come out and showed us today. Look at that. I said it. Now Nathan Salt's talking about it. Seydou Dembele. So some of them know their news. This is why I tell you, lot. Don't always just think Fabrizio Bomba, that's it. No, some people like United Frenzy, he knows his stuff. CC transfers. Who's the other one? Sully, they know their stuff. So that's a couple young gems we're looking at. We know what Ineos do already. They always come here and they're trying to get these young gems in the academy. They get to 18, they either try and make and break into the first team, go on loan, or we sell them and make some money. It's the new thing that they do. They've been doing it at Man City for the longest. Morgan Rogers, Delap, Sancho's, Frimpong. We can be here for ages. Cole Palmer, they've been doing it for ages. They either stay, make the first team, go on loan, or sell them. And then all you do is make money. So that's the young gems. We've got this stuff about Rashford. Basically, Rashford's been going through some personal stuff. Today is the second consecutive day that Rashford has not trained with Barca due to a personal matter. On this occasion, he went to the training ground to speak with Hansi Flick, who gave him 1 more day of leave. It's still expected he can be part of the squad against Atletico Club on Saturday. So we don't know what's going on with Rashford. I hope it's all well. I hope he's good. Obviously, he's missed 2 days of training, something personal. So it might be something that is very, very serious. So I hope all the best for him, and I hope it's not that crazy and he's fine, etc. We got the boy Leacher back in training. Obviously, he's training with the squad now, by the way. He's back with the squad fully. But Amorim's obviously come out in his presser, which I'm going to show you a lot about in a second. And he said basically like he's still a bit, you need to give him a bit of time. We don't like rushing players. That's why we've got the least injuries in the league, because we don't rush players in. We don't put too much strain on people that we don't need to. And remember, on that left centre back role, etc., we've got we've got Luke Shaw, Heaven, Euro could play there. If we play, like, there's so much players that could play there if we really wanted to. Mazarari, there's so much players. So there's no point of rushing him anyway. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's Leisha. He's back in training. And I'm going to show you about the injuries as well, etc., who ain't going to be here. We've got this stuff about the PSR. Premier League clubs rejected the Amorim financial rule by a 12-7 vote. So basically that salary cap thing and all of that, we're keeping it the way it is with PSR. They try to do some next stuff where, it's just going to be mad. And yeah, they've said, nah, forget about all of that. So we're going to keep it the way it's in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some of the comments now, but then we're going to get into the presser and some more news about Man United. So make sure you lot are smashing the likes, my peoples, man. Make sure you lot are smashing the likes. Good day, Semenyo blow. He was never on the list. I still think it will be Baleba, Stiller. That will be our midfield next year. So what you reckon then? You reckon that everyone was lying about him being on the list? You reckon everyone was lying about Semenyo, us looking at him or something? And who do you reckon is on the list? Only way to get Anderson is to bid in January. I don't think he goes in January. There's that talk about Tuchel telling Anderson that he doesn't. He told Tuchel that Tuchel told him, if you stay in Nottingham Forest, even if you get relegated, as long as you're playing, you can come to the World Cup. So I don't think he goes. That's what Ben Jacobs said. Big up yourself, Mike. I hope you're good. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. Semenyo have 4 clubs chasing him: City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, not United. Where'd you get that from? Because it doesn't say anything about Arsenal. Ornstein didn't say Arsenal. I'm not convinced we get Semenyo. I think Semenyo's a myth now. I'll be real with you lot. Semenyo flavour of the month. We say you're not rating him, Sam. Liverpool wants him as a backup to Salah. He can play both sides. And the new kid on the block is Lacey as a 10. Yeah, Lacey. Yeah. And we're going to get into all of that. Like I said, Amorim's presser, he talks about the academy and who's going to step up. Remember, AFCON's coming up. etc. We're going to get into all of that. Don't watch nothing. We already spent 200 million on a new attack, including 210s. No way we buy another winger. If we buy a wing back, I reckon it'll be more of a fullback profile. I reckon it's going to be a winger. Because remember what's worked with us with this new Amorim thing. You got to remember, yeah. What's worked is we've got Ahmad playing now every game. Remember that. Ahmad wasn't playing. We stopped Ahmad from playing. He started going with Dallo in the big games and all of that. We stopped playing Ahmad. So now we brought Ahmad on, and Ahmad is a winger, playing as a wing back. It's working. Ahmad and Mbeumo are forming a partnership. Look at that. The other day against Spurs, they keep assisting each other. He assisted him with at Liverpool, the goal. Like, this is becoming a partnership. So Ahmad is a winger. Remember that. So we get another winger that's playing on a left wing back, the same as we've got Ahmad playing right wing back. It's crazy. That's what I think we need to do. But we've got to look at a left winger that is willing to defend, that is willing to do both, and then Dorgu can be the backup. I can't see us going for the fullback because he's going to be fullback minded, and that's what lost us so much games last season. We had Mazarawi and Dallo, and they weren't attacking minded at all. That's what lost us a lot of games. So I can't see. I know what you're saying, but I just think we're going to go for a winger if we end up going for someone. It's going to be an actual winger. But I know what you're saying, though, that the 200 million is crazy. That's what I was thinking. I was even shocked even hearing about it. From what I heard last night from a few Liverpool, that there is no room for Semenyo right now. Well, I don't know, man. How can the supporters know? But Fabrizio is saying that. And Ornstein. Come on. I reckon he goes Liverpool, man. I reckon he goes Liverpool. I reckon. Because they're going to be... They've spent 400 million, whatever, and they still want him. Ornstein is saying Liverpool. Fabrizio's only saying Liverpool. So I don't know. Semenyo not going to want to be a wing. Yeah, that came out as well. That Semenyo does not want to play wing back. I don't mind missing out on Semenyo. We honestly don't need Semenyo. I prefer we secure João Gomez guy or Ruben Neves on loan. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that as a loan. Even a Conor Gallagher on loan. I wouldn't want to buy him, but loan is calm. So I'm with you with that one. I'd say Brent. Oh my gosh, bro. See this geezer, Coyote. I've been saying we need to get him. If we let Arsenal get Coyote, it's game over. We need to get him, bro. He's cold, but he's going to go for about 50 million, but he's cold. He can run with the ball. He's good with running with the ball. He's good at defending, and them long throws are like corners, bro. We need to get him, bro. That's one man that I'm saying, yeah, let's go for. 100%, and he will play every game, and he's like 21. Different. Neves won't join on loan. His contract's up in the summer. Nah, his contract's up in the summer, but there was a report that came out yesterday, which I'm going to show you in a sec, Sam, yeah? From Ben Jacobs, the guy that started the rumor. He started the rumor, look out for Neves. He could sign for Man United. Then he ended up shutting it down yesterday, saying, he might look at Milinkovic-Savic and sign a new contract. It's silly. So I think Neves is a myth. They said Maynard is about to leave. What now? Who said that? Who said that he's about to leave? You're talking about the Real Madrid page. Still his Cruz replacement. I want Anderson and Baleba. That would be a crazy double pick, but maybe I'm being too greedy. I'm with you. I don't mind that either. Maybe I'm being too greedy. I don't mind that one there either. I'll be real. I think we should go for that, but I just can't see us spending 200 million on the midfield. Maybe we do if Casemiro goes or something, but I don't know. But I'm with you. I don't think you're being too greasy. Nah, Def Central look like another rubbish news source. Don't believe them. Give me a proper source about Stiller. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't really go too mad anyway, Charlie. That's why I just said Stiller preference revealed. I didn't want to come out here and put Stiller blow or Stiller picks. Nah, man. I knew like that. I only go off certain sources. Just look at some of the things they write. Didn't we rush Sesko against Spurs? Nah, we definitely didn't rush him against Spurs. He just got injured. How can we rush him? Big up yourself, AP. Sesko got injured. We didn't. Yeah, what's that about? We didn't rush him. Why would we rush him? Sesko wasn't fully fit against Spurs. So when was he injured though? I don't think he was injured. He wasn't even injured. I don't know about that. Anderson and Baleba is someone not Jan. I don't think anyone. When it comes to January, I think it's either a loan move. We go and get a Conor Gallagher or someone or whatever, or we're not going to get none of the big boys in January. If you lot think we're going to get that, it's not happening. That's not happening in January. I'll tell you that now. So it's literally, we got to wait. I never believed the news about Semenyo United links. Reason is Ben Jacobs are rubbish during none. They're no better than Indicator. So there's no one to believe then with you, Charlie. Yeah, if you're saying Ben Jacobs is rubbish, Fabrizio's rubbish, There's no one to believe then. We might as well just like, I don't know, anything we see from them, just block them. You're funny. Are you satisfied with Ahmad's defending? It's not that bad, definitely. I know it could have been better against Nottingham Forest, but it's not that bad. For a guy that's a winger, Ahmad he's not the worst. He's not getting done up every time. He's not getting isolated. It's not like we're going to games and they're saying, just go against Ahmad. No. He's not getting exposed like that. Just some days, like Nottingham Forest, he should have been done better for the header, etc. But that was about it, man. I think he's been okay. But keep these comments coming, my people. We're gonna get into the rest of the news, and then I'm gonna come back to it. So yeah, let's look at some of the presser and some of the other news. I'm gonna show you now, especially what I just said about Ben Jacobs. Yeah, look at that. They spoke about it, that he prefers Real Madrid, but that goes without saying anyway. That's what I'm saying. This isn't really news because it goes without saying. I would pick Real Madrid. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, just think about it. Like, a lot of people would pick. If you're not a Manchester United fan, you would pick Real Madrid. And even if you are a Manchester United fan, you might turn around and go, mate, it's Real Madrid. It's the biggest club in the world. Like, come on, man. Let's be real here. Look at this. This is the Ruben Neves stuff that someone that just said in the comments. Let me just let you know, look, he's the one that put it out there before. It was Ben Jacobs, yeah? And this came out 7 hours ago. But let me show you what Ben Jacobs said about it. Because he started the whole rumor, which is crazy. He started the rumor about it. And then he spoke about it yesterday and said, Ruben Neves, I think it's harder now because it looks like the direction of travel is about extending his time in Saudi Arabia. And there's a lot of sources that feel that he'll follow the path of Milinkovic-Savic and commit his future. So this is what he put out himself, which is crazy when you actually think about it. Look at that. What's this? What's this? This is crazy. Where is it? There he is. Ruben Neves, 2020. It will be Newcastle who will win the race. This is when he was a fraud. Look, he said Ben Jacobs has revealed he believes Newcastle will win the race, and these times they ended up at Saudi Arabia. And then he spoke about him again, and he just said that. And then today, whatever talks come out, and it said opposite. Ben Jacobs is basically being shut down. So this is what's come out from Mark Bross. I don't know who that is, but this is what he said about this situation. He's come out and said, listen, Man United have been given renewed hope in their attempts to sign Ruben Neves from Al Hilal as soon as January. A deal worth 18 million is on the table, which is seen as a lower price as some of the other midfielders on the list. Newcastle are also interested in the Portuguese midfielder. I don't know how old what's his name again? Ruben Neves is now. Ben Jacobs is saying he might go and sign a new contract. Remember, these guys, they want crazy money over there. And like I say to you, lot, every day, when we get linked with someone from Saudi, I always come in, I tell you, lot, I've never seen someone leave Saudi and come to the Premier League. The money's too good. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you, lot? The money is too good. So I've never seen a man leave Saudi then come to the Premier League. I've never seen it happen. Impossible. And Ruben Neves, he said it straight. Look at this. Like, when he left, they asked him, why are you leaving? And he said, for the money. He literally said it. Because remember, Ruben Neves is one of the youngest people that even went to Saudi. And he turns around and says, yeah, I left for the money, like straight up. So I can't see him coming back. If he's on like 300K or something, let me see what he's even on. If he's on like 300K a week, which they will give you in Saudi, and you won't get no tax, why would he come and then fit into Ineos' structure of what, 75, what, 150, 175? It's not going to make no sense. So let me show you that right now. This is his salary. Look at this. Look at that. Ruben Neves' salary at Al Hilal is approximately £332,000, basically. Yeah. Look at what he was on at Wolves, 50K. The man was he was on 50K at Wolves, and now he's on 300K. 300K. He's never gonna come back. I'm being what 150. Come on, man. Let's be real. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So that's what's going on with Ruben Neves anyway. We've been given hope, 18 million. Maybe we do it, maybe we don't. I think he's not in the age that we go for as well. Because I remember he was about 27 a few years back. How old is he now? Is he even age? Because you know we like to do what we need to do with our young players. We're trying to build up a little a group of players that's going to be here for the foreseeable. So I don't know if he's even off age, where he'll be 28 in March. He's 28 and he's born in March, so he's 29 in March. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you not think we do this deal? I don't know. £18 million. It does seem like a steal. And that's what's going on with João Gomez. We're looking at the price as well. And we're saying 45 billion, João Gomez has got energy to him. He can work in that position. The only thing with Ruben Neves, I like him. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he will fit in this system. He hasn't got the speed and he hasn't got the intensity I think that we need for this system. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's get into the rest of the news. This is some talk about Ivan Toney, Al Hilal. Toney is considering taking a 50% salary cut in order to move back to the Premier League to aid his chances of playing for England at the World Cup. Toney believes he must to return to the higher level to give him a chance of making the England squad. I think he looks like a Tottenham signing all the way. I don't think we even in for him. I don't think we go for him. I think it would be good to have two strikers, Sesko and another guy that knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. Me personally, I would just want Harry Kane, but Ivan Toney would be a good striker. So look at this now. This is obviously what I've just showed you about Ornstein, blah, blah, blah. So there's no point going through it again. That's the Stiller stuff, etc. And this is some talks about, this is Stephen Ralston. This is before the press conference. He came out and said Maguire, Sesko and Mainoo were not spotted during the club's live training sessions this morning. So I'm going to show you lots of more news now because Amorim's actually came out and spoke about this and told us who's around and who's not. This is that same SCR rules will replace the league, blah, blah, blah. Just rubbish. And then here we go now. This is the presser. Amorim's come out and he gave us an injury update and he says he's going to be out, to be a few weeks out. He's talking about Sesko. So we have to be serious. We have to be careful. He's feeling better. More or less, he will be back at the same time as Ahmad leaves for AFCON. Maguire is not ready. Kobe didn't train today, but we could see him tomorrow. So Kobe's meant to be injured, but he could be back tomorrow to train. You understand? Kobe don't really get injured that much. It's the first time I've actually seen, apart from when he first started and he got injured against Real Madrid in the pre-season. He ain't been injured again. So Sesko's going to be out for a few weeks. We'll see how that one goes. Then he ends up talking about Amon on his anniversary. It was moving very fast. The fast thinking with the environment was different in the Premier League. There was a feeling that it was the best league and the best club in the world. We are showing that. But the important thing is that we are not forgetting what we do in recent games. We have to remember we suffered last year. I expect a team with more control and more dominance. So he wants more control. He wants more dominance. He's letting the team know what he wants. Last year, we took it on, we took the L's. It was a bit mad for us. So now we say, nah, bro, we can't be going through this again. He's realized what's going on. He's adapted to certain things. So it is what it is. So this is what he goes on to say about the AFCON guys, which is Mbumo, Ahmad, and Mazarawi. And he says, we have rules when we have to release players. We will see. We are doing our job trying to maintain the players a little longer, but it's not in our hands. But we will try to do everything to protect the club, protect the players, and protect the national team. I think they will leave 2 weeks before the start. So we'll try to get something with the federations, but we will need to respect their wills in this case. So obviously, AFCON starts on the 21st of December. If they're leaving 2 weeks before, let's do the maths right now. They might miss a whole heap of games, bro. Because them going AFCON already is already missing 6 games. So let me show you right now. Look at this. 21st of December is when AFCON starts. So 2 weeks before that, look at this, what's that then? That's going to be, yeah, about here. So West Ham could be their last game that they play, the 4th of December, and then they got to leave now to get there. It's crazy. 2 weeks before, yeah. So we're looking at like the 8th, 21st. So it's madness. So they might miss the Wolves game, Bournemouth, and then AFCON starts here. Aston Villa, Newcastle, Wolves, Leeds, Burnley. And if they get to the final, if they don't get to the final, they're coming back these times, around these times. If they get knocked out in the group stage, etc., they're coming back about these times. If they get to the final's on the 21st of January or 20th. So they'll still be there, miss the Man City game, and definitely miss Arsenal. You know what I'm trying to say? Because there's 21st of January. So say you've won, you're drunk, you're flying back, you got to train, you're not playing the Arsenal game. So if Cameroon don't make it far or Ivory Coast, they might be back by like the Burnley game, but they're going to miss Burnley, they're going to miss Leeds, they're going to miss Wolves. They're going to miss the Newcastle game at home. Aston Villa game away is when AFCON starts, but we're meant to release them 2 weeks before. So really, they should miss these 2 games as well. But we might do something. Remember, when it happened last time with, was it AFCON or was it something else? Was it AFCON? No, it might have been something else. When Onana, we released him 1 day before. We released Onana 1 day before to go. Do you understand? 1 day before they started, and then he missed the game. So it might be a situation where we can do that or something. That's what we're kind of trying to do. But either way, they're going to go in the end anyway. So we've got to protect them, and we've got to show some respect to AFCON as well. We can't just say, yeah, stay here for us. Nah, bro. It's a big competition in Africa. Show some respect. And then he goes, Amorim on the missing players is a concern, but we already knew there's an opportunity for other players. We have also the under-21s. We need to send a message in that time, so we will see. But of course, it's not ideal because they are so important in our team, and we don't have a long squad. But again, our academy is for those moments, and they will be ready. We've already seen Shea Lacey's apparently going to get a call up. He can play as a 10. Jack Fletcher, he can play as a 10. He can play as a CM. And then we've got Mantato, who it can play like Ahmad in the right wing back. I don't know why Ahmad is trending. What's he ended up doing? But we'll see that in a minute. So yeah, he's going to go for the academy. That's what's going to happen. And then he says, Amorim on the table being tight in our league. The table doesn't matter because everything is so tight. That is irrelevant. If you know the history of our team, you never know when it's a difficult game. So that run of fixture is completely irrelevant to the Premier League. You know, they keep talking about Man United, don't play a big 6 club, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to put pressure on us for no reason. Big 6 club. Look, what's this? They keep putting this article out every day for some reason. Every single thing keeps putting it out. Look, Man United don't face a big 6 club, bro. Everton are still good. I rate Everton. I think Everton's a good team. Palace away is not an easy game. Do you know what I'm trying to say? West Ham, we should be doing them. Wolves, we should be doing them. Bournemouth is not an easy game. Villa away is not easy. Newcastle at home. Come on, what we doing here? So they're trying to portray it as if it's just, yeah, Man United should be winning all them games, as if we're the favourites to win all 10 games because there's no big 6 club. Who cares? I prefer the big 6 clubs. You know what I'm going to say? I prefer them. Every time we play Arsenal, we look like we're the better team. We beat Chelsea, Tottenham. We bottled it, but we brought it back. Like, I prefer playing them. Do you understand? So, I don't know, man. They're trying to make it seem as if, look, every single article's coming out with it and talking about it. Like, they're not playing a big 6 club in 10 games. Like, it's not that serious. But this is what they do. They try and put their pressure on us. So, Amorim is saying, bro, it's irrelevant. The table's close and there's difficult games everywhere. Palace away is not easy for no one. Liverpool lost there. They're the champions. Like, it doesn't matter. So he's just letting us know that it's a myth. Lisandro Martinez, a smart, intelligent football player, can play in a lot of positions, but it's not the right position for him. They asked him if he can play in midfield. I don't know why they asked him these crazy questions, but they said, yo, what about Leach playing in midfield? They said, bro, that's not the right position for him. He needs more time to work there. He's not working there, but in emergency, he can play there. But I'm not thinking about that. I feel Leacher is becoming close to being able to play. We need to be careful. He's going to struggle in the first minutes, but he is clearly in a better position than he was 2 weeks ago. So Leacher's coming close, man. He's coming back, man. He's training with the team now. We just got to take it easy with him. We can't rush him in, and we don't rush players back anyway. Then he speaks about Luke Shaw. He can play left wing back, but of course, the load that a player does in that position is a little different. If you're doing that on a daily basis, he's more prepared to do that position, but of course he can play there. He's a smart player and he is fit in the moment, so I think he's an option. Let's not play Luke Shaw at left wing back, mate, because, bro, I don't know how this geezer has cut through and not even been injured. He's done well. The fact that he's not got injured once this season, he's done well, mate, because everyone knows that Luke Shaw was a walking injury all the time. He used to get injured all the time. So we're doing well with him, man. Let's keep him where he is. He's doing okay. Just keep him there. So yeah, that's more or less the pressure, what he's broken down, etc. So I don't think Luke Shaw. Let me get a few of these comments anyway, and then I'll show you some more news. What was that about? Sesko wasn't fully fit. What's he talking about? Well, how do we know that, mate? How are we gonna know if he was fully fit or not? What are we on about? I see Ahmad chat. But how many wingers are going to want to play wing? It's true. How much wingers are going to want to come to Man United to play wing back is a questionable thing. Right, let's go out there and get Coyote, man. I'm with that Coyote, you. Trust me. That is defensive duty. They'll be sick because wingers provide a lot of attacking threat. It's true. I anticipate this heavy trump from our team. Conclusion scoreline of 3-0. You talk about Everton, yeah? Semenyo was always a dream, but he knew, but knew he wasn't coming, to be fair. We need to get a DM, Baleba, and Anderson. We're being greedy. And I'm all for it. I'm with the greediness. That Coyote guy is different, but I don't want to negotiate with Brentford. Got nightmares. Chuck, tell me about it. They're going to want 80 million for him. But that our team embarks on a quest for victory in the upcoming 5 matches. In a valuable opportunity to demonstrate a tendency of getting top 4. Yeah, man, we need to go, especially before AFCON comes. If we start slapping teams now, giving them the full force, and then AFCON can come, no problem. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, at least we've put ourselves in a good position. I do listen Ornstein, but it's true. You cannot believe what comes out between the transfer windows. Not gonna lie, Ben Jacobs been kind of sus after the summer. He spews rubbish. Ben was good during the summer. Transfer window closed. He says a lot of wrong things. I wish he was honest. Mainly was injured twice last season, losing a total of 17 games. He was also injured against Real Madrid, where he missed. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, he got injured in the pre-season against Real Madrid. And then, yeah. Mitch, big up yourself, Genghis, man. I hope you're good, bro. No sure for wing back. I know for sure. If you're getting injured the first game, the first 20 minutes, bro, he's not going to hack that. Luke Shaw running on left wing back is crazy, bro. No way. No way. And this is what Samuel Lockhurst has come out and said as well. I'm going to read that in a second. Facts. Big up yourself, Sam, man. Samuel Lockhurst has come out and said majority of Man United players turning around an hour early. They're turning up an hour early for training and staying late due to improved facilities and atmosphere. So they're rating it. They've got PS5 there now. They've got pools. It's different in there. Jacuzzis. Everything's just lit. So a lot of them are just chilling. You know what I'm saying? You see, before, they used to want to get out there as soon as possible. Now they're saying, bro, I'm chilling. I want to be here. It's a good vibe now. Everyone's together. Some reports came out yesterday that Xerxes still happy, even with Bruno. Him and Bruno are very close, etc. So, yeah, that's what's going on. What's this now? Premier League clubs has voted, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, is this more news about this? Is what Nathan Schultz said about the same youth. He said Chelsea have been keen on the 5'5" Seydou Dembele for months, while scouts for Manchester United kept a close eye at this World Cup. The left-footed attacking midfielder who also likes to operate wide on the right is a really strong chance creator, finishing his World Cup with 4 assists and 2 goals. So this is one of the young boys that we're looking at that I just showed you, and that's more in depth of what Nathan Schultz actually said about him. And that's what United Frenzy come and spoke about him as well. And then obviously this is the other young youth, Michael Noonan. He's 16 years old. And he's a player that Man United are keeping a close eye on. The Shamrock Rovers striker, already in the record books as the youngest goal scorer in the Conference League history at 16 years old and 197 days old. Can do a lot with very little and showed expertly how to use his tall frame throughout the tournament before going out against Switzerland. So this geezer, he's played in the Conference League already, the youngest player, the youngest goal scorer to play in the Conference League. These are the youths that we're getting linked with, man. Youths that are getting a bit of experience. Do you know what I'm saying? They're doing things. So big up him, big up Shamrock Rovers, big up Noonan, his name is. Let's see what he's on. And like I said, I just won't be surprised if we go for him. Because you just know that, this is Shay Lacey, by the way, but you just know Ineos are always trying to cook something up. Always. So Shay Lacey's the next one up, man. Our academy is ready for this moment, man. We will be ready. We will be there. You understand? We will be there. So Shay Lacey, them man are ready. Obviously, there's been talks about that already as well. This is the press conference, more or less broken down. Sesko will be out for a few weeks. He will return when the others leave for AFCON. And Bumo, Ahmad, and Mazraoui could leave 2 weeks before the start of AFCON. AFCON starts on the 21st. I showed you 2 weeks about the 8th, etc. Mainu is injured but will train tomorrow. Lissandro is close to returning. Amorim says midfield is not a position for Martinez. And Amorim says that Luke Shaw could play at left wing back. And remember, we know that Dorgu could play at right wing back. So it's just other positions. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously Ahmad goes, so it's about who could play where. We've got the man Tato, he could step up, etc. as well. There's a serious issue between Baleba and Brighton. What Brighton does well is keep these issues under the radar to maintain his value. Otherwise, it would dip. Yeah, you would never know. That's what I'm saying. I feel like everything always just comes out with Man United. It never comes out nowhere. Sometimes Chelsea, you'll hear about Sterling and little things like that. But majority of time, it's Man United stuff get leaked. It might not even be true. But any other club, Chelsea. When's the last time you heard about an issue with Arsenal? Anything, nothing. The last time you heard about issue with Liverpool was when Salah walked off the pitch and didn't touch Klopp's hand. And he was just moaning. So a lot of teams keep it under wraps and they'll keep they can sell them for whatever they want to sell them for. But Man United, everyone knows about it. It's always in everyone's face. Garnacho will go and like someone's tweet. Sancho will go and reply. It would always be out there. Do you know what I'm saying? Rashford, no one even knows what he done wrong. Why he couldn't play. But everyone knows, they don't want Rashford. It's crazy. It's crazy. That is true. That is true. Arsenal news doesn't sell. But I'm saying the leaks, though. How come we always got the leaks? The leaks only come out with us. It's crazy. When you think about it, I hope we sold Ugarte and Dalot in the summer. Yeah, same. Same. You understand? Same, and we replaced them. Who knows how we're going to do it? We might do it a different day. This is Brian and Boomo. Obviously, he's just had a little interview or something, probably with Man United, and he's come out and said, listen, on his flag, because he's seen, obviously, they had it in the crowd. I don't know if you lot saw this, but it was in the crowd when we won against Brighton. We had all the flags out that day. We might have loads of flags against Everton again. I love it. It's crazy to play in front of the fans. The atmosphere is incredible. They're very important to us because they can help us when we're struggling a bit. And this is one of the flags that obviously they had in Old Trafford when we was playing Brighton. So yeah, big up the boy and Boomer, man. Player of the month, fans player of the month as well. Different. You understand? So that's what's going on. So yeah, my people, man. The main news of the day, as you've seen, is Ornstein coming out. Where is it? Craig Hope. Yeah. Look at this. For those that didn't see it, this is Craig Hope. This is a Newcastle journalist, the guy that's obsessed with Bellingham. He keeps talking about Bellingham every single day. And look, he put an article out 8 hours ago about Anderson. It came out yesterday, by the way, about Anderson. Because Newcastle, basically, Anderson is a proper, when I mean proper, I mean he's a proper Newcastle fan, where he was in the crowd when they won the Carabao Cup. He was in the crowd celebrating Isaac's winner. Do you understand? So Anderson didn't want to leave. He got sold for 15 million, but he didn't want to go. He's a proper fan. So he explained, would they re-sign him? Because Newcastle meant to be interested. And this is what he said. He said, chances of Newcastle re-signing Elliot Anderson, this might not be what Newcastle fans want to hear, but my information is the chances are fairly low. They're not happening. Newcastle don't spend money. They've got PSR issues. They don't spend hundreds of mils and 90, 80 million. They've done it for what Walter made, but that's because they knew Isaac that was getting some money back. My instinct is that one of, if not both, the Manchester clubs will make a serious play for him. Don't be surprised to see interest from Spain either. So Newcastle, they're not in the race. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, Anderson, like I said, he was in the crowd. For those that don't know, he was watching it in the crowd. There's a video of him in the crowd, literally watching Isaac score the goal. Where is it? Mate, if it's not coming up, then it's long. But Anderson was in the crowd and he was literally celebrating. It's crazy. He's a proper Newcastle fan. So he would love to go back in a heartbeat, but Newcastle can't afford him. And they made a big mistake. They sold him for 15 million. But what my thing is, when we spoke about Newcastle last season or the season before, nobody ever spoke about Anderson. Even when they meant to have the best midfield, Tonali, Jimenez, Joe Linton. Everyone knows that was a good midfield with PSG. People are saying it's Newcastle's midfield and PSG's midfield are the best in Europe. We never heard of Anderson. When they were making subs, they were bringing on Willock or Longstaff. I never knew nothing about Anderson, bro, or rated him. He's gone to Forest, done what he's done. Even there, I didn't really see too much. But this season, he's actually turned it up where he deserves it. He deserves to be the guy. Some people call it flavor of the month, but I think he's actually playing well. And then Amad Diallo's come out and said it's touching the flag because he's got his flag as well. Because I've come a long way and it wasn't easy for me at the beginning. Seeing something like that makes me proud. It's important to have fan support. We need their energy. It's incredible to have something like that. So they're just looking at all the flags and they're rating it, etc. Do you understand? Look at that Sesko. He spoke about his flag. Why is it in French? Let me translate it. On the flag, it's an honor. It's magnificent, even when it's written, because it's in my language. It means born in Radissi, made for Manchester. Seeing that means a lot for me. So they're bigging up the flags, man. This is what we've been doing in Old Trafford. We've done it against Brighton. We're probably going to do it against Everton on Monday. Look at that. They all got their flags, bro. What's going on? Every single one of them is talking about their flags. Cunha's come out on the flag. It's a privilege. Thank you very much. It's great to see this at Old Trafford. The fans mean everything in this club, and all I want to do is give back to them. I hope we can make them happy. So they're all talking about their flags, all of them. So big them up, man. Big up the squad. Monday we play. We got to say it out for the weekend, mate. You see, usually we're the first team that plays. We might play Saturday at 12:30. We can get our win or whatever, our draw, and then you can sit down, chill, and just watch all the rest of the teams for the week. Now, we're playing last. Can I even laugh at people the weekend? And then Monday, I get stunned. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit mad still. After he has left, when you truly see what's been going on, if it's United, we have to know everything. Who you talking about? Oh, Baleba. You say the stories will start coming out about Baleba. I still hope we get Baleba. Yeah, me too, man. Craig Hope really didn't write anything that damaging. It's just the final edits when being made before it's posted. They put a clickbait heading, the most athletic. Nah, man, he did write some mad stuff, man. Have you seen I've seen something. Is it Adam Joseph? Let me show you something right now. Man said he didn't write nothing mad. Look at this. This is borderline obsession. Man said he didn't write nothing mad. Yeah, you're probably talking about that one article, but look at this. Which one I'm about to show you right now. Where is it? You're going to look at this and say, nah, he went mad. Gosh. Where is it, man? Adam Joseph, Bellingham. Let me put Bellingham. You're going to think this guy's gone mad. My man's borderline obsessed, bro. He's too obsessed with him. Look at that. Are you mad? He didn't say anything wrong. Look at this. This is all Bellingham. Every single thing. Bellingham's reaction to getting stripped. Decides to sub Bellingham, tie himself. Warns Bellingham. Bellingham's attitude. Bellingham was not happy. Bellingham subplot. Bellingham. Bruv, he's onto him. Bellingham's mood. Bellingham is becoming a brand ambassador of petulance. The uncomfortable truth that needs to be said about Bellingham. Bro, this guy is obsessed with him, bro. This is crazy. Ian Wright come out here and have to speak about that. What's the Stiller update? I missed the beginning of the live. Basically about Stiller, I'll show you right now. The Stiller update. I'll show you what happened with Bellingham. But yeah, I just had to show that to my man that, yeah, he was moving mad when it comes to Bellingham. He was moving mad, that geezer. He might not have said nothing crazy in that article, but he's so obsessed with him that it's crazy. And this is what it was about Stiller. It said Angelo Stiller would prefer to join Real Madrid over a move to Manchester United. That's all it is. It's not no blow. Obviously, we had reports yesterday that, what's his name? Jason Wilcox and the other geezer, Christopher Ravel, really like him. So it's not nothing crazy, but that was the update about Stiller. So that's it, my peoples, man. You know me, I'm here every day, 4 o'clock, man. I give you a little update. And I'm going to be later. I'll do a little 8-minute video with all the news. So anything that comes up from now till 9 p.m., I will put it in that video. So make sure you're there, you like, subscribe, and you comment, and you let me know what you think. Okay? So yeah, love my peoples, man. I'll let you all go. Love for everyone that's been in the chat. Smash the likes on your way out if you haven't already. Love.
Got some celebs, pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it? I'm gonna take a photo now. For now, I'm local. Bumping off the server beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud.